Nothing I can do.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hello, so
Hi.
welcome.
How is everybody today?
Good.
Tired, exhausted.
Exhausted.
So good.
For real. Exhausted.
I have a headache. I've had a headache. I had a headache this morning. I took three Excedrin.
Oh,
It
I
went
can't take
away.
that.
Me neither. I
It
can't
went
take it.
away. And now I feel it creeping back. I'm like, damn.
Oh
But now
no,
I
that's
can't
not
take
good.
anything because I took three Excedrin. I don't want to take anything else.
Yeah, don't
No.
take anything.
Yeah, it's because it's raining. It's been like, ugh. Past few days have just been cloudy, foggy, rainy. It's like, ugh. At least a
Mm,
lot of the snow is melting, so that's good.
thank
Oh,
God.
that's finally, thank God.
For
Yeah, but guess
real.
what? We are under another winter storm warning for Sunday. I'm like, this bitch don't ever go away.
Nice.
Oh no, another one?
I don't
Ugh,
miss
no.
winter at all. I
I
mean,
mean,
winter here is like late fall.
the only
I
thing I
like,
miss is watching the snowfall.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's
Walking
beautiful
on
when it
it,
snows.
traveling on it, I do not care for.
Me neither. I don't miss it at all.
So the cold, maybe a little tiny bit, like how it's gotten cold here, but other than that, I do
Oh.
not miss the negatives,
Honestly, I
the
love
under
them.
the negatives. No, I don't miss that.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
miss
miss
the
that either
20s, the
at
10s.
all.
No.
Like
Even though
at
here in
all.
Florida this year it went down to the 30s, which has never happened.
Yeah, that's crazy. You're not
We had
prepared.
frost. We had
Those,
frost on
Flor-
our cars.
those Floridians are not, they don't know what that is. They're
No,
like,
they
what is this?
don't. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the heck
We
is going
don't
on?
we don't get that
People,
here.
I
so.
mean, I like the winter. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Fall and winter are like my favorite times, but enough.
Mine's
This
are spring
year,
and fall.
it's been so cold this year
Me
that it's
too. I like
like,
spring and
you know
fall.
what? I'm done. I'm done. The snow, I'm over it. I hate it. Like, ugh.
Well,
But
I
at least,
wanted to snow at least one more time, but in Maryland, because remember, I have to go to Maryland next month, and I
Mm.
taking Yaya with me, and she doesn't remember the snow because she was
oh
Oh,
only
yeah.
two. That's when we left. It was she was 2.5, so she was two, 1.5 maybe the winter before,
uh-huh.
where I have a picture of her standing on the snow, and that's all she remembers. She goes, I don't remember that.
Oh my
No.
gosh, she was tiny.
She was tiny. She was 2.5 when we got to Florida.
Speaking of
Now
Yaya, how is she doing with her
she's doing great.
surgery?
She's doing great. A little backstory to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter was born with club feet. I know there has to be a terminology, a medical terminology, but it's called pigeon toes. It's when her feet were this way instead of this, like straight.
Hmm.
So they were in facing each other. I was told by the GYN, OBGYN when I was 5 months, 6 months pregnant that she was going to be like that. And the jerk off of OBGYN told me that I should really think about full
Really?
term or terminating. Yes.
Why? Because of pigeon toes?
Just
Like, really?
for club feet? Really?
Yep. And then I was like, I
Okay.
believe in God and God is sending her for a reason
Thanks.
because she is my miracle baby. And so he was like, well, your God has to be huge and you have to have a good faith in him. And I was like, I do, and we're gonna work it out. So he was like, whatever. I said when I left, I said, I never want to see that doctor again. I don't want him touching me. I
Ew.
don't want him talking to me. I don't want him looking at my chart. I was like, I need to schedule with somebody else.
Why did he
So
act like if it was something that was like so bad
mental,
and
like
like
even,
no
I know
cure?
some
I
parents
mean,
with Down syndrome, even that, but I wouldn't. This is my one child, my miracle baby that I've always dreamed of. Even if my child had Down syndrome, I'm still bringing my child to this
no,
earth.
but my thing is, it's nothing like, nothing huge that you can't cure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. He was like,
I
it's
would
gonna be a
find him
long
and be
road.
like, look
Okay,
how she's doing.
I rather be a long road than doing that. I think that to me is so wrong. I don't
That's
remember his
just
name because I
crazy.
mean, I know he's on 3rd Street and 7th Avenue, the private doctor up there, just in case any viewers know who he is.
But would he
But
still be there though? It's been a while
oh,
now.
I don't know. It's been 9 years. Actually,
Yeah.
it's gonna be 10 in May because Ariana's gonna be 10 years old.
I would look him
I
up and be
I
like, look
can't.
how she's doing. Look how she's
Seriously.
doing. Like, there's nothing wrong with her.
So they told me whatever. I changed doctors. They told me about it. Are you aware? Did he tell you? And I was like, yes. And I didn't like his remarks. This is why I'm seeing you. And they're like, okay, no problem. Fine, whatever. Tell me why when they had to schedule my emergency C-section, he almost performed the C-section.
Hell no.
ugh.
No.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be the doctor that was seeing me. But the thing is that she he was like, no, I'll take care of it. But luckily, whoever that woman out there had her kid too, 10 years ago, who went into a labor and it was quick, he had to go to that one. And so she ended up being my surgeon. So she was able to deliver my child. Thank God, because I was like, oh no, I don't want him. So it worked
Was
perfectly.
this a Methodist?
He was affiliated to Methodist, yes, but he was
No,
a private doctor.
but was she born a Methodist?
Yes.
Aw, both of you
Yeah.
had babies born in Methodist, and I did not.
Where did Nico, where was Nico born?
And what was, oh my God, Lutheran, what used to be Lutheran.
Yeah, I remember. Lutheran.
Oh, why'd you
What
go?
used
Oh,
to be
because you were living
Lutheran.
over there.
Because I
Yeah.
was living on 65th Street.
It was closer
Yeah.
at that time to her.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
well.
was much closer, yeah. And like
Yeah,
my doctor's office was like right there. So,
yeah, no. Yeah,
So what
but
you
happened?
because
know, my doctor was
so
affiliated with Lutheran. So,
mine was Methodist. He was affiliated with Methodist and we lived right there.
yeah.
So okay, so she was born and they told me that I had to see an orthopedic. And then the orthopedic in the hospital was a jerk. So I asked the nurse, I was like, I don't want to see him. I want to see another one. And she's like, don't worry about it. We have another doctor. I said, okay. They gave me Dr. Scott, who I love. He has an office. Well, he had an office on Prospect Park, on Union and Prospect Park,
Mhm.
Okay.
right across the street of the park. And that's the big Madonna building that we
Yes, the Madonna
always thought,
residence.
yes, we always thought Madonna lived there. Okay, maybe not, but that one. And he had club feet.
Look at that.
That's like so lucky.
And because when he short man, and I would see him, and at that time when her little and stuff, I didn't pay attention until he told me. He was like, I was born with club feet, and he pushed his chair back and he goes, back in the days it wasn't like that, like this, and you still saw a little bit like his feet inwards, and I was like, oh my God, he's like, but don't worry, technology and medicine has advanced. We do different things. She's gonna be fine. So that first visit, I think she was 3 weeks old, maybe a month. They started the casting. So it's when they cast her feet, but
Oh.
because she was like this, they had to push a little bit her feet. So it was murder for my poor baby. She cried so much. I was
Ooh,
like a newly mom,
I know
my
you were
hormones
crying
all over
too.
the place. I
Oh my
was
God.
hysterical with her.
Ah,
I'm trying to give her a bubble, and that didn't work. And afterwards, they were like,
mm,
"Oh, you gotta be careful because the cast will mess up." I was like, "I don't give two shits. I'm grabbing my baby," and I had to calm her down. It
Oh
was just,
my God.
oh, that
Oh.
was horrible. So what happened? What he said was that was gonna be the first of many, because then, I, I think he said 2 months. She was gonna have to be casting. I have to go in once a week to change her cast
Oh no, no,
because
no.
as they had to point this way, they had to go
yeah.
straight. Okay, so she actually at I think she was a month old. Yeah, it was a month old. Yeah, a month old because it was in May, June. Yeah, like maybe she did like 4 weeks in a month instead of the 8 weeks that they said. She processed she
Progressed.
yes, she progressed quicker. Thank you. And so they were like, okay, now we have to schedule her surgery. I said, surgery? And they were like, yeah, because of the casting, her feet were pointing this way. So instead
Mm.
of a 90-degree angle, her feet were like this.
Oh God.
Oh
So
no.
at that surgery, they're going to go in the back of her legs,
Mm.
cut her Achilles, then cast her 90-degree angle, cast her again, and then she was going to have to recover for 3 months or so.
Mm.
So I'm like, oh my God, surgery. My child wasn't even 2 months old.
Oh my God.
My
Mm.
hormones all over the place, you know. And I was like, all right, it is what it is. It has to happen. It has to happen. We have no other choice. So it happened at Methodist. She stood, they told me it was gonna be in and out, but then they realized she's a baby and that she's getting knocked out
Yeah.
anesthesia for a while. So they said no, we need to keep her in. I wasn't prepared for that.
Mm.
Oh.
I was not prepared for that
It's
at
so
all. That
scary.
night was horrible to sleep in, sleep there. Um, her dad stood with us and he had to go work the next day. I was still on maternity leave. Well, actually, I wasn't in maternity leave anymore. I had to go back to work. But when I told my manager at that time what was going on, she was like, "Don't worry about it. Come back after. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "You sure?" And she's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of the pay, whatever. We'll deal with it." Which is she was awesome. She was awesome the whole time. So after the surgery, we went home the next day, but Adi had to sleep. She was scared of people who have hats on, like a baseball
Oh.
cap. She was scared of that. She would cry hysterically. She would cry hysterically when she would have to move her feet.
Oh.
Okay. And for now at that time at 2 month old, how does she tell me? And
Mm.
the only way is her screaming and crying and whatever. So 3 months went by. She actually progressed quicker. And before her baptism, before October, whatchamacallit, she got the cast off. And then when there was the cast, they had to do I should have them out. I still have her cast that they took off
Oh.
afterwards and the braces because instead of the long braces for the whole
Hmm.
leg, they had just two little booties, go her
Oh.
shoes and those two things here. Which I could
Okay.
probably send you a picture and later you can post it on the
Mhm.
episode. So that was like that for quite a while. I think before she even turned 1 years old. So she had to hold had that brace 24/7. The only time
Mm.
she would take it off was to take a shower. She had to sleep with it. It was uncomfortable for her.
I
It was just
bet.
horrible. Then she didn't get to walk when she started 1 years old. At 1 years old, she didn't walk before then. I think she would have, but because
Yeah.
of that, she didn't. She walked after she turned one. Um, and then we had the booties. Remember the booties? I remember the little kid with the little dog. What were they called? Browns?
Oh, Buster Browns?
Buster
Yes.
Browns.
But
Yeah.
they didn't exist anymore. So thankfully for Payless back in the days, Payless, they had them. So we would get them from there. And I actually got her like different sizes. So because she was going to grow. So that helped her a lot. Keep her foot straight. And she started
Mm.
walking. And it was from there is awesome. Okay. So come here. We come to Florida. I told her, Dr. Scott, we were moving to Florida. And he was like, listen, you need to take her to the Nemours Children's Hospital. It's the best hospital. I looked it up when I came out here. And I saw that it was too far for me. And I was like, no, I'm going to look for somebody locally. I found somebody locally. I asked if he saw kids, pediatric, and they were
Mhm.
like, yeah, they do. So we started going there. And he was looking, he was like, okay, she looks great, no problem, blah, blah. Then a year after, he told us that he was going to recommend us to a different doctor because he specializes more on adults than kids. And he rather have a pediatric orthopedic, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
see her better, being that they see kids all the time and deal with it all the time. So I was like, okay, great. Luckily, so that doctor that we have now, Dr. Malone, is affiliated with Nemours Hospital, which is the hospital
Nice.
that Dr. Scott told me. So I was like, oh my God. I was like,
What a
how the
coincidence.
world just goes around,
Yeah.
right?
The
So
stars
luckily,
aligned for you.
yes.
For
So
real.
luckily he has an office by my job. I work in Lakeland. He has an office by my job. So I was like, I'm gonna go there instead. And we went, we loved it. He told us, listen, she's gonna need to have surgery before I heard 18 years old. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. We're good. We're good.
Hmm.
So he gave her PT and everything is fine, whatever. Come 8 years old, and he was like, okay, it's time for surgery. And I'm like, wait, what? Surgery? What? Well, you said 18 years old because he did what he did now at present. he said they were gonna have to break her bone. I don't know what it's called, your calf bone. I must say
Yeah.
calf bone. Break it to straighten it because the thing is that out here is weak on her leg. This in here is stronger, which is why they go like this now.
Okay.
So she started going like this again. So from here, being that she didn't have anything to support her, she started going little by little more inwards.
Um,
So he said, we're gonna have to break that bone, straighten it so that way she can be good. So I'm like, but I thought you said 18 years old. He was like, no, I said 8 years old. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, I look at her dad and I'm like, what are we gonna? He was like, we have to do it.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no like, we can't do it. We have to do it. It's gonna better her life. So that's when it happened. The right leg was in June of last year.
Hmm.
And that was that was hard, because if it was hard when she was a month, almost 2 months old, it's harder now because now she's telling me that it
Yeah.
Yeah.
hurt,
Oh no.
and she's crying and she's like, why did you just leave me like crooked? And I'm
Oh,
like, I'm sorry. And I'm hysterical. She's hysterical. And so, but we got through it. Thankfully, she recovered quicker. It was 3 casts that we did, then went to the boot, and then finally, no more boot. So I wanted to do it better, quicker than later, right? Sooner than
Yeah.
later.
yeah.
And I was thinking maybe summer of this year, but I'm like another summer because she had summer, her summer was in a cast, so she didn't
Yeah.
enjoy her summer at all. So I was like, another summer when she's not going to be able to enjoy it again. I was like, I don't want to mess that
Yeah.
up for her. So I said, fuck it. Let's do it in December. She has 2 weeks off in December, and afterwards we'll figure it out. We'll talk to the school, we'll talk to the doctor. And luckily, when I spoke to the assistant principal of her school, she told me, "Oh, so you're opposed to homebound, hospital homebound?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, "I don't know what that means." And she's like, "Oh," I was like, "What is that?" And she was like, "That means that while the child is recovering at home, a teacher comes to the house, or you can do it virtually, and they get their classes." I said, I am not opposed to that. Can you please, what do I need to do? She's like, I'm gonna get you the paperwork. So she got me the paperwork. I talked to the doctor. He's like, perfect, no problem. I was like, minimum is 3 months. If you can put 3 months in there for me, please. He's like, no problem. I got you. We took care of that. So now Ariana has been home. It started a little late than usual. She started the last week of January when she should have started right after break.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But luckily she didn't miss too much. So now let me go back a little bit. On the right leg, the doctor had, when we first went and were talking about the surgery, he noticed that her toe, her big toe and her 3 fingers here, her big toe, her
Hmm.
pointer, and her
Hmm.
middle toe lift up. Like when she's walking, they lift
Oh,
up.
okay.
Okay,
Ooh.
so he
Hmm.
said he was gonna take the tendon from here and move it to this side so
Mm.
that her toes don't go up, so that they can stay flat. So I said, okay. So the day of surgery, I asked him, I was like, are you gonna also do the bottom with the tendon more? He's like, no, 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 just the calf broken. I was like, okay, no problem. No problem, right? Come recovering when he saw her on the 21st of November to discuss if we were gonna definitely go for the left side. His nurse practitioner saw that she was lifting her toes, and she was like, hold on a minute. And so she went to talk to him. He came back, and I was like, I told you. I was like, I reminded you the day of the surgery that you said you were gonna do it, and you said no to me. He was like, you're so right, Mom. I'm so sorry. I messed up. He was like, give me pow pow. He was like, we're gonna definitely do that for the left leg. So Ariana had 2 surgeries instead of just one on her left leg.
Mm.
And
Mm.
she has recovered quicker on the left side than she did on the
Um,
right side. Because on the left
Hmm.
side, she only had 2 casts and then she got the boot.
I
Okay.
Huh.
wonder if it's because they didn't do like that little the tendon thing. Could that be also it?
I don't know, but she's recovered quicker. When we went the 6th of February, when we went to go, the follow-up and stuff, they put her on the boot. And we're like, what? Wait, what? We're putting boot? And they're like, yeah. I was like, wait, but there was supposed to be another cast. And then they put the shoe with the cast and, put a little bit of weight. She's like, no. She's like, she's ready for the boot. I was like, what the hell? So she was super excited. We were
I
excited. We
bet.
were like so happy that, yes, no more, now she can take a shower. We don't have to worry about wetting the cast or not wetting the cast. But then now she's going to need two more surgeries
And
because
tell
they got
me,
to do the tendons
oh
on the
my
right foot
God.
Okay.
and take the plate off because they don't leave plates on kids for more than a year.
Ugh.
And then they have to do the left foot.
But I have a question. If it's the doctor that messed up, shouldn't they be the one like you don't have to pay for that, right? Because
No, I actually I get Medicaid for her that I pay
okay,
$300 a month for that because I make too much money
that's
in
fucking
Florida.
that's fucking
And
crazy.
even if I was in New York, I still
Yeah.
it would have been my work insurance and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to pay. So the only thing I pay is like $5
Oh
for
my
my
God.
co-payments. And if anything with the surgery, they told me I would have to pay $5. But luckily, I have not paid anything. Let me knock on wood. Let me just keep it that way. Wheelchair, I got also good. I didn't have to pay. Her walker, I didn't have to pay. Her shower chair, I didn't have to pay for. So luckily, this hasn't cost me too much. Well, it has cost me because I've been paying $300 a month to have, which is nothing compared to the hospital bill that I would have gotten.
Oh
But
my
not
God.
only
Yeah, that
that,
would have
it's
been,
also
forget it.
it's also like your time and being with her in the recovery. I mean, that itself is it's a lot.
It is a lot.
A
It
lot.
is.
And
It's
it sucks
so,
just
That's
to
a
get
job.
no
That's a whole
operate.
job.
Yeah, it is a whole job.
it is. Thankfully for my job that my boss, my main boss has been amazing with it. He's amazing. And we've already established that he's not dropping me and I'm not dropping him. We're always going to be each other's person at work. And the second boss that and the other boss that I had before as well, he was awesome. And then the one that I have now, I was like, listen, my daughter's having surgery and this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to the office for the first month after her surgery, which was January. And I was like, so I hope that's okay with you because I'm not coming. He was like, no, that's perfectly fine. You do what you have to take care for your family. I totally understand. I have a family of my own and I understand how things are. And
It's
that's the
so great
best.
when you have somebody that
Ugh.
understands,
Yes,
just
That's
like
you're
the
so
best.
lucky.
both my bosses. I don't even want to say too much the name. I don't want to say names because
Yeah.
Yeah,
but my main boss, I love that man. He's so funny. He lets me be me. Let's just say he lets
that's
me be me.
important. That's
That's
important.
always good.
It was so
So
funny because
wait, so
one
now she's
time,
gonna
oh, go
get
ahead.
another. So now she's gonna get like
Now she gets
another
two
surgery.
more.
Oh my God, poor
Wait,
thing.
so when's the one on her right leg? In
Again.
May? June?
It would have to be either May or June because it would be a year in June. June
And
4th
the
was the.
recovery time, how long is it?
It would probably be the same time,
Oh my
and it would
God.
ruin her summer yet again.
Jeez.
It fucking sucks because you were really trying to avoid that, and it's like,
Yes, exactly. So now I'm gonna
But
see. The thing is that I'm gonna see. I'm gonna talk to the doctor when we go back, which I hope I see the doctor because if we've been seeing the nurse practitioner, we go back next month, the 5th, and I want to see if maybe they could just wait after like September, maybe, or take them both out and leave her. No, but they can't because she has to go to the bathroom and stuff.
yeah, no, they can't do both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
that's so
So.
hard
Plus, that would be
though.
horrible for her. She'd be miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both of them.
because having one leg not, but I think because of the first time and she went through it, the second time she was mentally ready. Like we were asking her, we're like,
Hmm.
"Are you okay? Are you nervous? You can tell us if you're nervous." She goes, "Well, yeah, I'm nervous, mom." She says, "But I
Mhm.
kind of have an idea of what's gonna happen because of what we did
Hmm.
in June." And I was like, "Okay, well, all right, I'm here. You could talk to me." She's like, "No," and I will be there. Your dad and I will be there. And she was like, yeah, I know. I know. She's like, make sure you have this for me. Make sure you have that for me. And I'm like, okay.
And I still
She's
So,
like a
cannot
little
believe,
pro.
like, I know, I still can't believe like that first doctor wanting you to have an abortion.
mhm.
Like, that's the only thing that was wrong with her. Like,
Terminate my pregnancy
nothing
just because of,
mentally, nothing, like nothing whatsoever.
But not
Just like
even that. It's like it
club
wasn't
feet.
even like it was like an illness that she was gonna be suffering and
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
it's better to
fucking
just,
crazy.
why bring a child to the world to suffer? It wasn't
It's like
like for her, it was not
my
that
friend who
serious.
was
It's not that serious.
older. She was older and she had her baby. It was
Dumb.
times when I was with, the the one we can't name, the one who lived on Staten Island. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to
Oh,
name him. Okay,
yes.
when I was dating him, he a neighbor of mine who lived downstairs, she got pregnant, she had her baby, and he had trisomy 13, something like that, which
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
What is
which
that?
it's babies who are born with an extra chromosome or something like that, I think it is. I
Mm,
don't know too much. I'm not a doctor. But he didn't last too long. And they had told her that he was coming like that, and she still had him.
that's tough.
And she
That
still had
that's
him.
tough.
He would have been,
Oh,
I think, 12 years old right now. I think
mm,
because it was a year and a half before I got with Yaya's dad.
that's I would honestly look up that doctor and just send him a picture of Yaya and be like, look, she's thriving, she's doing
I feel
great.
like taking a picture and sending to the doctor who did my surgery, who was attending me. So I could be like, look, you can show that mother flower that my child is good. Thank you, Lord, because I do have big faith in him, and he has been good. And so now
It's
we
so
just have to wait.
important having like a good doctor.
Yes,
Like
because we love Dr. Malone now. We love him. Now, the other doctor, the adult orthopedic doctor, he was awesome. And I was like, no, I don't want to let go of you. He was like, but I want her to have the best care. And he was like, and that's not going to be with me. And so if you want a sloppy care for her and for her not to progress, then stay with me. But I really recommend you go to the other doctor. And I was like, of course. As a mom, you're like, okay, send me over, send me that way, please.
yeah,
And
what are you
and
gonna
and
It's
he
do?
ended up
also,
being such an amazing doctor. I love the doctor, except for that little hiccup that he had. But he's so awesome.
but it's also good that like the first doctor in Florida had the wherewithal to say to you, you know what? I thought I could do this, but I can't because I work with adults more than I do with kids. You
Yes.
need a
Uh-huh.
specialist,
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's good that he did that.
Yeah,
He
thankfully,
knew he couldn't give her the care that she
Okay,
needed.
yeah, exactly. And I was just like, fine. Because I hate switching doctors.
It's
Oh,
the
I hate
worst,
that.
especially when they're good.
Exactly.
I
And that's
The
hate
what's
that.
going on with my
worst.
mom now. My mom her doctor's leaving the office, and now she's like, I'm gonna get stuck with somebody that I'm gonna have to repeat everything that, I
Uh,
have and tell them exactly what I have and what I feel and this and that my history. I was like,
But no,
Mom,
they should have her medical
well,
records and
yeah, but to
everything.
talk to them and
Yeah, I guess.
it's just
Yeah,
like get
that's
to
kind of
know
hard.
it's
another person.
exactly because if the doctor already knows you, that's already like, it's a plus. They know you, you know them, they know how
Yeah.
you are, they know how to treat
Hmm.
you. You
Exactly.
know,
They know what you like, what
you
you
have
don't like,
you have
you
that
know?
confidence to talk to them about absolutely like anything.
I
Hmm.
remember when Nico was little and his first pediatrician, I'll never forget him, Dr. Al Qasimi. He was in Bay Ridge. The best. Loved him. Loved
Yeah.
him. Loved him. He was amazing. He was wonderful. And he would always he was because he had kids at that time too, and they were like really little.
Um,
I think his youngest was like a year old. So he was perfect to
Oh,
bring your
yes.
babies to.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And you could
Mm-hmm.
tell he was so sweet and so loving, and you could tell he really liked what he was doing.
Oh, that's
And
the
then what
best.
mm-hmm.
I loved it. And then when I used to love too that he would also ask, and how are you doing, mom? How are you
Mm-hmm.
feeling? Because many people don't
Like
care
there's the
about the
care.
mom.
They
Yeah,
only
they
care
don't
about
No.
ask.
this. How many
But
patients you see a day?
he would ask, like because he knew, I was a new mom. Are you getting help? How do you feel? Are you and I know it's like they're checking to see if you have depression and all of that. They're
Hmm.
checking you,
Postpartum. Mm-hmm.
you know. But I really loved them. And when we moved to Jersey, I was like, oh, do we have to change? Like, I don't
That
want to change
that ride
doctors.
would be a hassle.
We did it one time. It took me, when I tell you, it took me a while to find another doctor in Jersey.
Yeah.
We took the ride maybe once or twice because I
Damn.
was like, I don't want to leave this man. He is perfect. Like, he's fantastic. He was so good. And now I don't even know. I feel like here in Jersey, I've gone through like, I don't even know how many doctors this kid has seen. Because I feel like
Um,
they start out okay. And then I feel like when you don't treat my child the way I feel like, like you have that mom instinct.
Yeah.
yes, of course.
So, like, I remember, like, when he started coughing, right? Because Dr. Al-Qasimi is the one that told me he had,
Asthma?
oh my God, no, not asthma, the small airway disease. That he was,
What?
and that's when I started nebulizing him when he was like 6 months old.
We have
Ah,
10
And
minutes.
he,
we have
yeah.
10 minutes.
All right.
But
So
we
then,
can always continue next episode
yeah,
and talk about that
yeah,
because
we'll
I've
we'll
never,
talk about like how great my kid's doctor is now.
that sounds,
Each of
yeah,
us will be talking about
interesting.
like,
Yeah, we could
I
definitely
love
have,
mom. No, I love her. I love his doctor now. I love her. She's amazing. She's the
oh
best.
man. All right,
yeah,
so
we can
next time
continue
we'll be
that.
talking to Myra about her son and closed airways. Yeah,
What was it
right?
called again?
Oh, it was called small airways disease, but
Small
he did
L.
not grow it like you're supposed to, and that developed into asthma, which
Ah,
nobody told me about until this doctor that we have now.
okay,
Great.
Even
so we're gonna
going to
continue
a
that.
specialist should
We're
tell
gonna
you that.
continue with that one for the next episode.
Talking
Let
about
us
like
know how
why
we
doctors
are, how
aren't
we
so clear.
doing.
And advocate for your children
Yes,
always,
Yes.
always,
Mama
definitely,
knows best.
definitely.
always.
Mama knows
All
best.
right, sounds good. See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.